Hey everybody, happy Wax on Wednesdays. Today taking the same cyanotype print collage from last week's Wax on Wednesdays, and I will put a link for last week's video here down below this video so you can check that out if you didn't catch it. This is a cyanotype that we collaged with last week. We added a layer of text over the cyanotype print, and today I'm going to take it a few steps further and add some gold RNF paint stick and also some faux gold leaf. And faux gold leaf is really fun because it doesn't really tarnish. In this case, I have a really brassy type gold in both of these mediums. Both the faux foil gold is pretty brassy, and the RNF stick is, well, actually the name of it is brass. And so I'm going to utilize that wet layer that I have going with the darker colors. I'm adding some deeper shadows with some other RNF paint sticks. If you ever want to see all of the supplies that I use each week, check out the blog post on sherryreplogle.com, and you can see each and every supply that I use every week, and also the color palette that I'm using that week. So I'm darkening the shadows here a little bit, and I'm going to utilize this wet on wet color to sort of tone down those two golds, the brassy gold, and get it to a little, just not really a copper or a bronze, which I really would prefer, but at least tone down that brassiness just a little bit and give it a little bit more of a warmer tone, at least with that burnt sienna, burnt umber. It's going to warm it up just a little bit. So the print beneath all of this collage mounted to the board, the original print that started out as is an original cyanotype print, and that is a form of cameraless photography. And my very favorite way of creating these cyanotypes is using natural botanical material. And what you do is place the natural botanical material onto the sensitized paper and then expose it to UV light, in most cases the sun. But there are so many variations and ways to explore texture and color within these prints and really exploring this medium of cameraless photography. So in the beginning of 2021, I launched CYANOTYPES, the Magic of Alternative Photography workshop, and we had so much fun. The course is about to launch again on May 24th, and you can still get in on the early bird sale until the first week of May 2021. So after the first week of May, the price is going to go up to its regular price. So if you want to get in on that sale, early bird sale, then you'll want to register before that on sherryreplogle.com. So this is a 4-section course. You get a section each and every Monday, and after that the course is yours for as long as you like. So there's no expiration dates, there's no time limits, time constraints. You don't have to complete this course in a certain amount of time. Everything is pre-recorded, and that is the way I do all of my workshops. All 18 workshops on sherryreplogle.com are pre-recorded, and of course you can ask questions and email me at any time. There's also a Facebook group with the course. Everybody in the first go of the course is still going on the group, and it is still a whole lot of fun. So the spring course will have a brand new Facebook group. You can ask questions to me right there in the group. I am right there with everybody for the first 4 weeks of the course. You can post and share all of your work with us right there on the Facebook group. And so the first week, like I said, goes over all of the basics, how to get you started with this process. And the second week goes into texture, pulling textures, beautiful textures that you can add to your cyanotype prints. And the third week goes into pulling color. So pulling different colors out of your cyanotypes other than that traditional cyan blue. And so this is such a journey. And the fourth week, of course, goes over all of the different types of finishes. It's actually a bonus week that I included in there, a special request of different ways that you can finish your cyanotypes. And of course, cyanotype is a photograph, so you don't really need any finish added to it, but it's so fun to explore adding encaustic and cold wax and things like that to these prints. And it adds a whole nother dimension that you can begin to add and build on these prints. So it's so much fun, and I hope that you'll join me for this new spring session on May 24th. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always email me. My email is on the contact information for sherryreplogle.com. You can hop on there and pop me a question anytime. So I wanted to add just little pops of gold here and there, and you can do this any way that you want. You can leave most of that gold leaf back on, but you can see I used a palette knife to scrape it back off, and in some cases I use even the stylus tool that we usually use for incising in the clay tool stylus. For encaustic, I use that to scratch some back off too. So you can use a sewing needle or a card, an old library card. Try out different things for different size scratch marks for in your gold, and make a sort of more random application of adding your gold, whether you're taking most of it back off or just some of it back off. Using different tools and playing around with that really sort of makes it a little bit more organic than having that seam line there from the paper itself. So it's just a fun way to sort of make it a little bit more of an organic application. So as I begin to finish this layer, I'm not quite sure if it's completely done or if I just going to take a step back for another few days and let it dry and see what I think needs to go on here. But for this layer, it's pretty much done. And thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel for Wax on Wednesdays. I hope that you're having fun on this little diversion and this cold wax journey with me this spring and having a lot of fun with that. I would love to hear from you in the comments below if you are also enjoying a little bit of cold wax painting, or what are you up to this spring? Let us know here in the comments below. And I hope that you have a great week, and we will see you next week. Happy creating!